All right, so what we're going to do today is a first impression of the Ford Maverick. Now, this is not going to be a full review. This is after 1 day of having it. I've been on the wait list for 6 months. I believe I ordered it last fall. It's now the last week of spring going into summer. So here I have the Ford Maverick, the XL, so the base model. It's only been upgraded with a tow package. And I've had aftermarket heated seats put in, as well as a bed liner. So as you can see, it's blue, a beautiful blue color. I like the grille, it's nice. Tires are basic, but of course there's no upgrade there. And we're talking about the base model. This was $28,000 Canadian. So, an unheard of price for a truck. The question is it going to be good enough for the needs of a farm? And that's what we're going to be testing out over the life of this truck. So I'm just giving you a little walk around. I'm not going to be talking about specs and things that you can read about online. Engine size, things like that. You can find out all that yourself. I had to buy this truck sight unseen. So I could read about all the specs online, watch all the videos and see what the website said, all the features it had. But to see it in real life, I wanted to see what my actual impressions were. Like I said, I didn't even get to see it. I didn't get to sit in it, any of that. So today's the first day I'm going to get to play around with it, so you can get a real life first impression. One of the things frequently mentioned about this truck being a small truck was that it'd be easy to reach over. And the fact of the matter is, it's pretty easy to reach over. I'm not a tall person, 5'8". I can't reach something that would be directly in the middle. In the middle of the bed, I wouldn't be able to reach. So they talked about short people and women easily being able to reach over the side and grabbing tools and things. Sure, if the tool is right here, it'd be no problem for a short woman to grab it. But yeah, no, they're still not grabbing it out of the top or out of the center, because it's still quite high. I mean, it's not as high as a large size truck, but you can't reach right over one side to the other. Like I said, I'm not tall, but I'm also not super short. So you can reach over the side, and it probably is more comfortable than a full-size pickup truck. I've never had one, but there are still limits to what you can do. The door is very light, but it's got some weight, like it doesn't feel cheap. This is an aftermarket bed lining. So that's not standard with the XL, so it's an added feature. It was $500, but of course when you're using it on a farm, it needs to be able to take a hit. My impressions of the lining that Ford did is an excellent liner. It's rough, gritty, it's exactly what you'd want in a liner. Easy to open and close. I really do like the color, although I kind of knew that from the pictures, but pictures don't always do it justice, so yeah, it's lovely. There's no opening in the back. And of course, all Ford Mavericks only come in 4-door. So there is some space back here. Get in. Once again, I'm not a tall person, 5'8". My knees touch, but the passenger seat is farther back than the driver. So I'd say, 5'10", you'd probably fit in here without your knees scraping, so that's not bad. It's not bad for a 4-door. And this is a really small truck, so to be able to comfortably seat 4 is a good thing. Of course, it says it seats 5, but we all know what bed seating like this is going to be for the 5th person. But definitely could seat 4, no problem. And also, I said I wouldn't get into too much of the stuff that you can find out about the on the website, but there is storage under here. And it is a good amount of storage. So you get a lot of storage here for tools and things. So that's wonderful. One thing they talked about a lot with the Maverick was that they wanted to make it really user-friendly. So you have storage absolutely everywhere. Windows are powered windows. And I know it might sound funny, of course they're powered windows, you might say. But not everything's powered in this model. The rear view windows, for example, are still manual, so you have to adjust these manually. So there is a little bit of old school stuff, but that's what you get when you want a really affordable truck. And things like that, to me, don't matter. Now, if they matter to you, that's good to know. But once again, you'd know about all that before you even bought this truck, because that is all on the website. Has nice trim. It's plastic. Does it feel cheap? It feels like plastic for sure. So, I mean, you know where they save the money at, and that's fine. Once again, that's where you're getting your savings at. It still looks nice. How well it's going to hold up, I don't know. Ford offers a 3-year standard warranty, but this is the hybrid engine, and they do offer, I can't actually remember, 6 or 8 years on the engine. So if you have any worry about the engine, know that the engine's covered under a much better warranty. So everything else is pretty standard. The key, your standard key fob. So let's go in. It's got a decent sized display. Everything here is comfortable. The seats are very comfortable. They're firm. I like them for sure. So, one interesting thing I noticed when you start this truck, the engine doesn't turn like you'd expect. See, it even says the engine is on. It had to let you know that because there's absolutely no sound. So what I think happens is when you initially start your truck, it's running on electricity. So that's really cool. So when you are just sitting in your truck, like you want to go, you get caught up, you have a last minute chat with somebody, it's running on electric. You're not idling, you're not wasting gas, and you're not polluting. So it's really neat. The truck is actually on and ready to go. I have sat here for a period of time, and eventually the engine may kick on. It might take 5 or 10 minutes. So that, yeah, it's a really cool feature. What you see over here, these little things I didn't know when I got it. So let me just close the door here. So over here, every time you brake, there's regenerative braking. And this will indicate just how much energy you're getting back. So it's actually really neat. And when you're driving and you brake and come to a complete stop, right in the center there where the seatbelt sign is now, it's going to review how well you braked and how much energy you regain through that braking. So if you brake too aggressively, you're not going to get a lot of energy back if you brake slow and steady. So it's actually what's called a braking coach. So it'll let you know how to brake optimally to get your energy back, which is what you want, because this truck gets amazing fuel economy. The numbers range anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per gallon, and reviews are all over the place. But I think it's because some people drive aggressively and some people don't. Sorry, I gotta roll down the window, it's a little warm in here. So I think with city driving, and if you're a really conservative driver, you're going to push close to that 40 miles per gallon. But I do mostly highway driving, so I don't get any of that regenerative braking back. There's a few other things. Once again, the display is completely normal. The stereo's okay. It's a 6-speaker stereo. To compare it, the only thing I can compare it to now is my Tesla. The Tesla blows it out of the water. The bass is a little light. I mean, I'm listening to the radio too. This, of course, has Android Auto and Apple iPlay. So you can do all the regular stuff with your Google Maps and that on here. It connects super easy. I had it connect almost automatically. Sorry, I just realized that the music was still on. Kind of annoying when I'm pointing the camera at it. As I was saying, it has Android Auto and Apple iPlay. They're very easy to connect. There's no hassle at all. It was almost instant. I'm a 80s kid, so when this stuff was coming online and you could first sync up your phones, I'm dating myself here, but when that happened, that was the most unreliable piece of crap that I ever had. Like, nothing ever linked up. But I think that day and age is gone now. Everything links up. So they got all that stuff figured out. It's easy. Besides that, it has Ford Pass. So what Ford Pass is, it's an app on your phone and lets you control things, view your statistics. But most importantly, you can remote start your truck through that app. So you don't need to buy a remote start. It happens through the app, so that's awesome. So that's a feature you get for free. You know, once again, I'm not going to go into too many of the minor things because you can find all this out online. There's sunglass holders and there's storage everywhere. The design of the handles, you guys probably already know. But how does it feel? Like, these handles here, they feel really good. They're probably a plastic, but they're definitely a firmer plastic than the other stuff in here. The seats, once again, they're very comfortable. They sit high. It's a small truck, but you still sit, of course, above a car in traffic. I'll just show you. One thing I did notice is that the temperature control, you can set the actual temperature. I really like that. It's better than just guesswork of I want it colder, I want it hotter. You find the temperature you like and you just set it. Of course, it has all the regular connections here. Instead of a shift stick, it has a rotating knob. So that just rotates. It's the first one I've seen like that, so that's interesting. And then right here, we have this controls your driving mode. So it has racing mode, eco mode, all that. It has a towing feature. And this is a brake hold. So in gas cars, I say that because I actually drive an electric car, so I forget some of these things. But in gas cars, when you take your foot off the brake, you automatically roll forward. But if you have this on, it'll magnetically lock your wheels so you don't roll forward, so you don't have to hold the brake down to stoplights. So just little features like that. It's kind of odd that that's in a truck so cheap, but I think it has to do with the hybrid engine. I think that's one and the same with, that's just something that comes with this type of engine. When you have regenerative braking, it has magnetic locks, things like that. So yeah, that is most of what I can think about. I did take it for a drive, and so an honest review of the power of the truck. I spend a lot of time in normal and eco mode. I do a lot of commuting. I really wanted a truck that was cost efficient, which is why I ended up with this. So it does not have much power in normal mode, but you put it in sport mode and it's much faster. It's quite good. It's comparable to my Honda Civic, things like that. Once again, I drive a Tesla as my other vehicle. Nothing compares to an electric vehicle for torque. If you've ever driven one, no gas engine's ever going to have torque again in your mind. So it's standard. It's not bad, especially when you consider this is a hybrid engine. It's actually kind of impressive. So yeah, you know, it's knobs galore. It's back to knobs. I prefer knobs. I actually like them more than I like arrow keys and things like that. Very standard. It has a plastic feel, but the interior feels really nice. And it's definitely spacious. Once again, I'm not super tall, but in the front there's a lot of space, and in the back, in the two main seats, there's a good amount of space too. So, first impression of the truck, I am impressed. Everything that I expected was here. Everything that I expected was here. A couple little added features like temperature control. These are things that I'm not used to in a cheaper vehicle. The tablet with Android Play is there. It offers all the features I want. Google Maps, phone connection, all the basic stuff's here. You know, you have your standard equipment for the steering wheel. It has a center console that's adjustable. That ready to drive area you see, you can have that change. Right now it has a digital speed. You can have it changed to your mileage, your miles per gallon, all that stuff. There's a bunch of features. I just have it set to the basic. Once again, this is first impressions. So the first impressions are very positive. I will do a review once I've driven it long enough to have a better opinion on it, to find some nitty-gritty details that I don't like. A few things that pop out right away is the fact that there are features that are missing that some people probably would miss, like automatic mirrors. The seats are manual. You don't get that very often, so you got your levers to move your seats forward. None of that stuff bothers me, but if it bothers you and you're used to automatic everything, the XL model is not going to be the one. Now, granted, you can get the next model up for very little more, which probably has a lot more power features. And one glaring omission with the base model, the only thing that was missing that I would actually miss is the fact that it does not have cruise control. So the XL is missing that feature. That's the only thing missing that I think I would miss. But everything else, so far, so good. And yeah, so that's it for now.